From Global's newsroom at 3 o'clock, Sir Keir Starmer says the Prime Minister has lost the trust and authority to lead through a crisis. Boris Johnson suffered his largest Conservative rebellion since being elected last night. The government's Plan B COVID measures passed with backing from Labour, but the Prime Minister has insisted the Tories got it through.
We won that vote last night with Conservative votes, as I told the House. I respect the feelings and I respect the anxieties that colleagues have about. Of course I do. I respect and understand the anxieties, the legitimate anxieties that colleagues have about restrictions on their liberty. But I believe, and on the liberty of people. But I believe that the approach that we're taking is balanced and proportionate and right for this country.
The head of the UK Health Security Agency has warned the NHS could be in serious peril due to the Omicron variant. Dr Jenny Harries has told MPs it's probably the most significant threat since the start of the pandemic. Infections in most parts of the UK are doubling every 2 days. Dr Harries says it's still too early to determine the severity of the illness caused by the strain.
The real potential risk here, and I would underline that because we are still learning a lot about the variant, is in relation to its clinical severity and therefore whether those cases turn into severe disease, hospitalisations and deaths.
The Prime Minister will hold a news conference this afternoon. A hospital maintenance worker has been handed a whole life term for murdering 2 women in the 1980s. 67-year-old David Fuller admitted killing Wendy Nell and Caroline Pierce and sexually assaulting bodies in mortuaries. The court heard as many as 100 women and girls may have been victims. 2 Insulate Britain protesters have been jailed for more than 2 months after breaching court injunctions. They relate to a protest on the M25 when activists glued themselves to the road, causing 2 and a mile queues. And travellers in quarantine hotels have been told they can expect to be released from their managed isolation after 4 o'clock. Red list restrictions were lifted this morning, but there's been confusion over when those already in hotels can go home. In the city a short time ago, the FTSE 100 was trading down 41 points at 71.76. The pound buys $1.32 and €1.17. LBC weather: light rain for Northern Ireland, southern Scotland and northwest England. Largely dry and bright elsewhere with some drizzle in the south, highs of 12 degrees. From Global's newsroom for LBC, I'm Amelia Cox.